So now we will see box sizing property in CSS. So guys, basically the CSS box sizing property allows us to include the padding and the border in an HTML element's total width and height. So guys, this we are going to check with the help of examples as well. So by default, we have seen so far the width and height of an element is calculated like below. So basically whatever width we provide to the HTML element, that is considered, and then the padding and the border is also considered in order to calculate the actual width of the HTML element. Similar cases with the height attribute as well. So when we have the height of the HTML element, the padding and the border is also added in order to calculate the actual height of the element. So guys, we can simply use the box sizing property in order to avoid the confusion and also include the padding and the border within the width and height that is already specified for the HTML element. So guys, let us move to the VS Code over here, and simply inside the HTML file we are going to create two div tags over here. The first div tag is having the class name, that is div1 in this case, and then we will say this is a sample div1 over here, and then similarly we will have another div tag with the class that is div2 in this case. So basically we will have div2, and then over here as well we will update it as div2 over here. Apart from this, between both the div tags we will have the line break. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. As you can see, we have simple statements, that is this is a sample div1 and sample div2 over here. Now guys, let us provide certain styling inside the style.css file. So for the very first class, that is div1 over here, we will specify the width of 300 pixels in this case and a height of 100 pixels over here. And then apart from this, we will also set the border. So let's say we have 2 pixels solid border with the color that is black color over here. Now guys, similarly we will provide the CSS properties for the second div tag over here, that is having the class name div2 in this case, and again we are going to have the width and height, that is 300 pixels and 100 pixels respectively. We will have the different color border, and for the border part we will have a different color. So let's say we have the border color as blue color over here. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have the first div tag which is having the width as 300 pixels and the height as 100 pixels over here, and for the div2 tag as well we have the same width and height values over here. We have a different border color in this case, that is blue color. Now guys, what we will do is let us provide certain padding to this particular div tag, that is the second div tag over here. So simply inside the div2 selector we will have the padding CSS selector, and let's say we have 20 pixels as padding. So guys, what will happen is apart from the width and height of this particular div tag, the padding number will also be added and it will increase the width and height of the div tag. So let us check that as well. So when we save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser, if you notice now the size of this particular div tag, that is the second div tag over here, is more compared to the first div tag. And if you notice in the code, we have the same width and height value over here, that is 300 pixels and 100 pixels for the div1 and div2 as well. So as you can see, the width and height of div2 is also 300 and 100 pixels respectively. So guys, this is the issue as far as the width and height of the HTML elements are concerned on the same page. So in order to avoid this issue, simply we can use the box sizing CSS property over here. So guys, when we say box sizing, we have the value as border box, in which case the padding attribute will also be included within the width and height that you have already specified over here within this selector. So when we save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser, if you see now the exact width and height of this particular div tag, that is div2, is 300 and 100 pixels respectively, since we have provided the box sizing as border box. So guys, basically the content and the padding will be adjusted accordingly. Apart from that, the border will be also adjusted in such a way that the actual width and height of this particular div tag should be 300 pixels and 100 pixels. Now guys, if you notice, the first div tag is little bit larger as far as the width is concerned compared to the second div tag. Why so? Because the border of 2 pixels is taking the extra space over here for the first div tag. So again, if we provide the box sizing CSS property for the first div tag over here and we provide the value as border box, this particular issue should get resolved. So let me just save this file now, and when we reload this page, so now if you notice, the width of this particular div1 is exactly the same as that of the div2 HTML element over here. That's because we are using the box sizing equal to border box for both these div tags in this case. So guys, in this way, in order to avoid the confusion and to be consistent as far as the width and height of the HTML elements are concerned, it is very important that you use the box sizing CSS property for all the HTML elements. So instead of providing it to individual CSS selectors across the multiple CSS selectors over here, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again. Without the box sizing CSS property, you will notice that the dimensions are different, but simply you can have the universal selector over here with the help of the star, and then in this case you can simply provide the box sizing to all the CSS selectors over here. So simply with this particular single line of code within the universal selector, the dimensions of all the HTML elements will be consistent. So guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. As you can see, the width and height of both these div tags are same, that is 300 pixels and 100 pixels respectively. And apart from this, the second div is also having the required padding of 20 pixels that we have provided over here. So guys, in this way you can easily use the box sizing CSS property in order to be consistent as far as the dimensions of the HTML elements are concerned in your project. This will help you in order to include the padding and the border width as well within the width and the height of the HTML element. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is Flexbox in CSS. So stay tuned.